That night, I would say the most interesting thing that happened that evening would be the kitchen sink.
The sink.
The sink.
The kitchen sink.
There was a noise coming from over here.
Maybe a mouse?
Maybe. That's
Could be, because it sounded like something. Oh, Jesus,
no, the sink's moving.
Why is that moving?
That's weird.
The interesting part about it was we thought it was a mouse. Because it made the kind of sounds the rodent would make. It was like tick, tick, tick on the sink. And you were expecting a mouse to run out.
Why am I getting high EMF by a concrete floor?
Wait, why is it making sounds? Elizabeth, are you touching the sink? Can you light up the EMF on my lap, please?
Or if it's not Elizabeth, is there another spirit here that wants to talk to us?
Jim, is it you?
We're here to talk to you.
We're here to help you.
Yes. That's why we came tonight.
Okay.
It has to be a mouse
Oh,
or
come on.
something. But
Oh,
no, it's moving.
Oh my
What
God!
the hell?
And then all of a sudden the whole sink just and it goes dunk. Over it went.
I was kind of concerned because I thought it might be a mouse or a rat, and it clearly wasn't because the thing flipped over, and then my EMF meter completely went insane lighting up. And so those two things coincided perfectly together, which that's what everybody dreams about when they do a paranormal investigation.
To find out whether or not the tubing underneath is strong enough to actually flip it over. It's hard to say. We tried to recreate it at the end of the night, and it didn't really react the same way that it initially did. When we tried to recreate it, it didn't make the tinging noise, and it didn't really move.
My EMF meter, when I first turn it on, it will light up until it gets settled and into a stationary position. I can hold it in my hands and ask questions, and most of the time it won't go off unless there is some sort of spirit activity around it. At the time that the sink had turned and then flipped over, I should say, the meter was on my leg. Look at my leg. My leg is lighting, not my leg is lighting up, but the EMF on my leg.
The way the light is, I can see
No,
clearly.
that's good. Thank you for letting us know you're here.
Thank you. Arm did move back as such, but it wasn't such movement that would set this meter off to go completely nuts at the time that the sink would have done that. Vibrations wouldn't really set it off. It would have to be something really, it would have to be a high frequency to set that off. Like if there's a lot of wires in the ceiling, or if a refrigerator was right next to me, a cable line, it would go off. If someone's cell phone was next to me, which no one had their cell phones on or near me at that point. So just to kind of clarify why the meter went off at the same time that the sink twisted and flipped.